welcome to my YouTube channel. So this is my first video, right? And we're gonna make it quick. So first of all, most people like to teach you from the beginning, but the reason why I don't want to start from there and I want to start from the middle is because the beginning is full of so many trial and errors. So if you're somebody that wants to, learn how to build and learn how to start, I always prefer to teach from the center because the center is full of focus, and then you can always trace backwards and move forward better than being from the beginning and then you go through a stage of confusion. That makes a lot of people give up, which is something that I have had to challenge and battle with. So I don't want you to have to go through that yourself. So let's get started. Okay, so first of all, we're going to use our browser and we're going to open Microsoft Edge. You can use any browser, honestly. So this is my ChatGPT, right? This is my ChatGPT. Now you just go to your chat and then you say, obviously we're building a health channel, so these are the things that you need to set. I'll write a whole list here. You need your YouTube account. You need your YouTube account to have already had its description and everything. You need a logo, you need a theme, and you need a title. So now that you already have all that, we're going to start making the videos. Okay, I want to make a YouTube health video about healthy eating. Give me 5 ideas. Okay, now you come here and you prompt it. So now once you prompt it, yeah, there it is. Okay, so these are the 5 different options. You have 7 foods you should eat every week. You're eating healthy, but this might be holding back. Okay, that's good. So now you come here and then you copy this. Okay, now this is ChatGPT's best option for you. So you come here and then you say, based on your pick, or you can choose to write it out, anyone. I want let's do 5 minutes, right? A 5 minutes. I want a script. For a 5-minute video. Or you can say, instead of I want, you can say generate a script for a 5-minute video. And that is it. That is the first step. Now, to get to this point, most people would have taken at least 2 hours of your time to explain to you why ChatGPT works, why you can use other script generators like YouTube, why you can use all of that. But the truth is, if you build your ChatGPT and you constantly use it and tell it prompt, it's going to save all of that into memory and it will have a strong foundation. So when you generate scripts, it's going to generate based on all of the corrections that you've done. Now you see that this is my entire script. So now we need to get to the next part, which is how to get a voice generator for your script. Now most people would suggest 11 Labs or CapCut, or so many have voice generators that are not free, or they're not. So I will give you the best one that I realize works for an AI voice that sounds natural, and it's completely free and you can generate as much as you want. So we're going to come here and we will type AI Gen Max, and then we are going to enter AI Gen Max. So this is a free text-to-speech website that generates AI videos, but I will show you the trick on how to use it. So once you enter, you realize that this does not work. This one now does not work. So you're going to go down to voice generator, voice cloning. This is the tool where you use to clone maybe a celebrity's voice or your own voice if you want to be generating your voice as AI to use for other videos. Or you can use video script generator, AI chat box, AI video generator, speech to text, or voice generator. So what we're using is voice generator. So you're going to come here. Now when you come here, you'll see that it shows that it has 0 to 5,000 characters that you can put at a time. So you come here and then you go to, for me I'm going to use Orion because that is the one I want to use, but you can use any one you want to use. Then you test it out. There's so many voices there. You can choose
Hi,
which one you want.
I am Orion. Welcome to AI Gen Max, your free AI voice generator.
Okay, so now that you notice the way it's speaking, you can see that it is slightly slow, right? So this is a trick. You come here and you move the speed to 1.4, especially for a YouTube video, because you know they are fast paced. So you come here now. Don't listen to them when they say 0 to 5,000 characters. This one only allows 0 to 2,000 characters. That's the truth. So you come here and then you go to your script. Now you can choose to copy from here, but because it is more than 5,000 or 2,000, there's no need to do this and then be deleting. So instead you come here and then you copy it manually, right? You copy it with your own hands, and then you can stop here and copy, and then you come to this place and then you paste. Now you see that we are at 1,472. I will show you what happens when you get past 2,000, so you would understand that you need to stay at 2,000 just to make it work. Now you see that we are at 2,300. Once you click generate, it is going to cancel. You see that it's going to cancel. So instead you go back and just stop here. Okay, we are at 1,893, so that is before 2,000 obviously. So you just click generate. You see that it's going to generate. That's not even, it's going to generate. You see it's almost ready. It's already generating. So now we come here and we see where we stopped. This solution isn't to avoid granular completely. Okay, this is where we stopped. So you can stop here now and then copy again. I'm just going to fast forward the process so you know that there is no time. When you are working on AI videos, you can do all of this in less than 5 minutes. You can go from not having a script or a title or anything, and you can already be ready to edit in 5 minutes. There we go. So now you see that the longest time it will sum up to, mostly 2,000 characters sums up to 2 minutes. So if you are doing a video of 10 minutes, you know that you'll be generating 5 times. If you're doing a video of 6 minutes, you'll be generating 6 times. So since we're doing a 5-minute video, we're going to be generating 3 times, you understand, which is going to be 2 minutes, 2 minutes, and most likely 1 minute plus. So you click and you listen.
You've started eating healthier. You're choosing whole grains, buying foods labeled natural, adding more fruit to your meals, and trying to stay away from obvious junk food.
Now you see that we have generated that. We can go back here now and choose to adjust. You can choose to adjust the speed, and let's say we generate it again. This one is just if you choose to. Let's say we generate it again with a faster speed. Let's see how it's going to sound when the speed is slightly faster. Okay, now it is done.
You started eating healthier. You're choosing whole grains, buying foods labeled natural, adding more fruit to your meals, and trying to stay away from obvious junk food.
Okay, now this sounds more natural and better for the type of video we are doing. So then we will download. Once you download it, you know that, let's ignore all these ones that are here. This is still our first AI, voice generator. So you see the way it downloads and it saves. So then we go ahead and delete this, and then we take the text that we have copied from here, and then we come here and we paste. Now you see that we are at 1,758, right? Now let us add more. Let us just add that little more and see if we can get closer to 2,000. Okay, just so that we know that we are only generating 3 times and not more than 3 times. Okay, now when you want to generate another voice for the same one, it's best to go back to that speed that you choose, just so the AI can recalibrate the speed. Instead of, because if you generate again, it can go back to that 1.0, but it will be showing that it's going to that. Now when you see this 102%, don't panic. It's just a glitch that the website sometimes has. If you feel like you want to regenerate, you can regenerate. If it comes out well, you can just download it. But here you can always do as many trial as you want. There's no need to be scared. If it doesn't sound the same, you go again. It will most likely sound the same on the second time. You can adjust the speed. You can just do whatever you want to do in this place. You take your time if you feel like it. But most times it works, seamlessly through the entire video. So now we are waiting for this to generate. You see that we stopped in dry fruit is more concentrated because of the water has been removed. So now we come here, okay, and then we copy the last part. Like I said, we'll be copying only 3, right? So now this is the last part, and we copy. So when we come here, you see that
Instead, look for versions with less added sugar. Pay attention to the serving
see what I'm
size,
saying?
and
Now
consider using granola.
it's already synced. So we come here and we copy the last part. Oh wow, it's more than 2,000. But this part here, you can ignore it because this is my own YouTube channel, my own YouTube channel prompt. Just that I told you, once you use your ChatGPT, that's why you always need to use your ChatGPT, because if you build your YouTube channel with your ChatGPT, it's going to sync all of the information. So even when you generate script, it's going to add your subscribe, call to action, your CTA. It's going to do all of that. So when you are building from scratch, make sure you use your ChatGPT for everything. So ChatGPT will know that it is working for you from scratch to finish. So we're going to ignore that part, and we are going to just ignore this part too. We are not going to generate another one after this. I just want to round up the voice generation part, the main part, aside from the subscribe call to action. You understand? So this is almost done. Let's just wait for it to finish, and then we are done with the entire segment of finding a script and getting a title. The next step we are going to be focusing on is how to generate the video itself using CapCut. Perfect. So now let's play this.
That makes it easy to eat a lot more of it than you would eat in its fresh form. And some
Exactly.
dried fruit products also have added sugars. This doesn't make dried fruit unhealthy. It simply means portion size becomes more important.
Exactly.
Instead of eating
So
directly
now we
from a
have
large...
downloaded all 3, and we have our script. Now we have our script, we have our title, we have everything we need. The next step is to come to CapCut. So for this CapCut now, I'm going to show you, or under the video I will post a link to download CapCut for free that you don't have to pay. Yes, I'm not going to be stressing you guys for payments or anything. I know what it's like to start these kind of things without funds or material or finances, so I would always help you out to get the cheap or free option, and then you can get started from there, so you don't have to worry about things like this. So now we go straight to import. There's no time to, you understand, there's no time to waste. So now when you come to import, you can see all 3 videos, all 3 voice generator. So instead of wasting time, you just copy the 3 and then you open. You can see that they are already into the CapCut. So now we add the materials to start our editing. So guys, you can see that we have already added all 3 of the AI voiceovers, right? So we are done with every step we need to do before the main editing.
You started eating healthier. You're choosing whole grains, buying foods labeled natural.
Okay, so now you see that is the first step. So now you come here, you already have your script. So the work you are going to do, this is the real editing work. You come here and you hear the first script. So what does the first script say?
You started eating healthier. You're choosing whole grains, buying foods labeled natural.
Exactly, you started eating healthier, you're choosing whole grains. So now for health-based channels, you do not make use of AI generation tools. You do not need them. You cannot make use of AI generation tools for health-based channels because they do not, you do not want to be using an AI generation for something that has to do with health. It seems unoriginal, it seems false, so you do not want that to be the image that you are generating for people. So you want to use real life stock videos and images. Real life stock videos and images. So for you to do those, you come here, and then there are a few websites you can use. You can use Pinterest, you can use, you can use Pixabay, you can use Vectizi, you can use Pexels. You understand? I would normally recommend you use Vectizi or Pexels. Now, for Vectizi, there is one thing that Vectizi has that I just want you to know now. When you are using Vectizi, you can only download about 10 to 15 images per account in a day, but you can log into as many accounts for free. You understand? You can log into as many accounts for free, and even the account that you don't log in already has free videos. But the difference between Vectizi and the one that I have started to use, that I see as my favorite now, which is Pexels. The difference between Vectizi and Pexels is that Pexels does not use, let's delete these two. My laptop is running slow, so let's just delete these two to make it run faster. So for Pexels, right, Pexels does not use, you can download as many videos on Pexels, and this thing, Pexels does not use the numbers in a day, and Pexels does not have a paid angle. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So when you come to Vectizi now, and let's say you search, let's use our script which is talking about healthy eating. Now you come here and you say healthy eating, right? Before you click search, make sure that you come here and you adjust. Before you click search, make sure you come here and you change to video. You can change to video or photos depending on which one, but let's just say for the start of the video, you would most likely be using videos instead of images. Now you can see that these are healthy eating videos that you can use to start your video. But when you come here, you see that some are free, some are paid. All these ones that don't have free are paid. So once you click them, you'll not be able to download them. So you start with the free. Now I've told you in this Vectizi you can only download 10 to 15 per account. So make sure that you have a lot of Google accounts. So let's just say in a video you might only need about 40 downloads, 40 short video downloads. See, 12 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, you're going to be cropping them together. So basically with about 5 accounts you can be able to download and do all you need to do here. So let's go to free download. You can choose to, so when you want to do free download, you click this. You can choose to do 720 or 180 or this, different sizes, different ways that they are clear. Some are clearer, some are not as clear. So let's go for 720. Now it is downloading, and that's all you need to do to get started. So that's already downloaded. Then you come here. Once you come here, I want to show you the difference between that Vectizi and here. So here, if you come here and you type in LD eating, the same thing, right? You will notice that what it takes for you to do that download there is not the same stress that you will take here. That's why I like this one. But make sure that when you are downloading your videos, you see the pixel and you see the landscape and you see the frame. These videos are for most likely for shorts. If you want to generate shorts on your page, these are the videos you use, because you are going to be making use of shorts and long form video. But when you are doing long form video, these are the frame that you want to be downloading, 16:9 ratio videos. So we're going to come here now and scroll down, and we will look for healthy eating videos. Okay, so we can decide to download this one, right? Like the salad and everything. You can choose to download this one. So this is the difference. When you come here, you realize that there's no free, or that everything you see there is free, and you can download as many as you want. That's why I like this website, because some of the things in Vecteezy is also here. So you can choose which size as well, just like the other one, and then you can choose to download selected size. Now you have 2 videos that you've downloaded to use for your edit, right? So from here you're going to be going back and forth between CapCut and this website. So you already have your video here and you have your voice. So you come here and you play the voice again.
You started eating healthier. You're choosing whole grains, buying foods labeled.
Okay, so now that you have that, come to import, and then you play, you input your video. So once you've input your video, you can see your video here. So you come here and you add it to track. Okay, so your video has now been added to the main track, which is the main track of the video. So you come here and you press play, so you see the way the voice and the video interact with each other. That is how you judge when to crop, when to add transition, and when to do all of that. So you come here and then you go.
You started eating healthier. You're choosing whole grains, buying foods labeled natural.
Good. Now here is enough. That's the thing. You need to make sure you know when to cut, when to crop, when to add the transition, and when to add effects. But what I would advise you is that for making a professional YouTube video, you don't need to put transition all the time. You don't need to make transitions your change. If you see professional AI videos or professional videos on YouTube by big YouTube creators, they never use, transition. They only use transition when they want to transition. But when it comes to just changing from one video to the other, they don't use transition because it becomes distracting, especially when you are going to be putting almost 40 or 30 videos in one video. You don't want to be putting transitions everywhere, because you have to be changing transition. It's just too much. It's just too much. At that point it becomes too much, and it just doesn't look classy. So now we add the second video that we downloaded. Now the 2 videos are of the same topic, but I just want to show you guys how to continue from there. So you add this to track as well. Now you see that it's already added here. So we already have our second video.
Adding more fruit to your meals.
Exactly.
And trying to stay away
see
from
that I didn't
obvious
know,
junk
but
food.
the match.
So why might you still feel like your diet isn't working as well as you expected?
Okay, that's enough. So you come here and you crop it to that last speech, and then you stay there. Now you can see that when we play the video from scratch, it goes.
You started eating healthier. You're choosing whole grains, buying foods labeled natural, adding more fruit to your meals, and trying to stay away from obvious junk food.
Now we are not going to do the entire thing. You already know what to do from here to the ending. You just need to hear the voice, whatever they say. If they say you're eating junk, you come here, you search for, let's say you're eating junk, you come here and you search for junk food to give you different videos with people, without people, whether it's a crowd, whatever it is that you feel like matches the video style you're trying to do. It's going to open all that for you. You understand? So now once you see this, you see that this is somebody that is depressed eating junk food. So if you were making a short, this would be a perfect video, because the person now is looking at the junk food and he has an expression of disgust or depression or something like that. So you can use that as your template. But let's just say you keep looking and then you find one video that matches, whether here or on Vecteezy. Once you find that, or you can see, for example, this is the same guy, you understand, but this is the same page posting a landscape version of that video. So you can use this one instead, and then you download it and you do the same thing again. You come here and you add that video. Okay, now let's say you are already almost done with all of that and you want to, like I said, when you are generating on YouTube, you need to, before you start this, I said before you start this, you need to already have your logo and everything, and your subscribe button and all of that. So now I'm going to come here. This is my own logo for my page, you understand, for my YouTube page. So I use this as a watermark for all of my videos. Do you understand? So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you how to add this watermark to your videos to make sure that it covers your entire video. Okay, so you're going to bring it above your normal video, above, not below, because if you bring it below, it's going to hide it. So you bring it above your normal video, and then you expand it to cover the entire length of your video. Yes, so when you come here now and we come to where this video is, you can see that it is on the front page, but this is my logo, this is the title of my channel. If you like and if you're interested, you can go and subscribe to it. I'll really appreciate that. But I've decided to use it as more of a teaching analysis video than to build it directly, because I see that, you know, there's so much that I can show people through the channel than to just be uploading health videos. I feel like that is more impactful to my fellow Nigerians and every other person watching. Okay, now you come here and you resize it. When you resize it, you can choose to put it here or anywhere you choose. Me, I rather put it here. So any video that you add to your main roll now, that video, your logo is going to be there. Now at the ending of your video, you can now come here. This is why I said you need three things. You need to have your YouTube channel, you need to have your logo, and you need to have your end call to action, you know, subscribe page. So now you bring your subscribe page to your CapCut. Now once you have your subscribe, you add that. Okay, so now you've added your subscribe instructions to your final. So let's say, no, I think I put it in the middle by mistake. So I'm going to carry it now. I'm going to move it to, let me expand this a little more so I can get a hold of it. So when you expand it, you'll be able to put your cursor in the middle. It is easier that way. So now I will bring it out and put it at the end, just so you guys can have an idea what it looks like when your video ends. You understand? So now once you are starting your video and your video goes like this,
You've started eating healthier. You're choosing whole grains, buying foods labeled natural, adding more fruit to your meals, and trying to stay away from obvious junk
you
food.
see that.
So why might you still feel like your diet...
Now let's pause it. Now imagine that you've already finished your entire video, you've already edited everything, you've put all the edits, you've put your logo. This is how you are going to end your video. When it gives the subscribe to this channel and this and that, that is when you finally go to transition. Okay, so now you come to transition and you see black fade. That is the best thing that you can go for, okay, when it comes to ending your video. So now you add transition.
adding more fruit to your meals,
So black fade
and trying to
transition
stay
now
away from
has been
obvious
added.
junk food. So why might you
Let's
still feel
watch
like
how
your
it's
diet
going to
isn't
end.
working as well as you expected? The answer...
Exactly. So you see that transition was fast. If you don't want it to be that fast, or you want it to be slower, you can just come here and adjust the seconds. Like I said, I'll give you a link to download the free YouTube, so you won't have to worry about, or the free CapCut, I mean, so you won't have to worry about paying
adding
for
more fruit to your
so many
meals,
other things
and
on
trying
this
to stay
CapCut.
away from obvious junk food. So why might you still feel like your diet isn't working as well as you expected? The answer may not
Voila.
be that you're eating unhealthy.
That's exactly how it works. Okay, that's exactly how it works, and that is how you end your video. And then you take this video and you go to YouTube and you upload. So on my next video, I'll be showing you all of the settings to open a good YouTube, a strong YouTube channel, how to pick the favorite niche that will work for you, how to search, and all of that. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one.